Release the Kraken!
Greetings, fellow game designers. Ron here at Lynn Studios, and today we're going to look at how to make a chair. So I have a couple chairs here. We have a fancy chair and a simple chair. We're going to tackle doing both, but for today we're actually going to make the simple chair just to kind of get our feet wet when it comes to doing box modeling or poly modeling. So if you're pretty comfortable with that sort of thing, this might not be the video for you. This is really a beginner tutorial on how to do box modeling. Now this video itself is going to be setting up the image planes, so go ahead and drop into here. If you're comfortable with how to set up image planes in your Maya scene, you're welcome to skip this video. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we're in a new scene here. Let's go ahead and drop in a plane. So under poly modeling, plane, let's go ahead and make sure we're in the rigging tab, or in the modeling tab while we're at it, and drop that in. And for the size of my chair, I'll go ahead and go to, make sure I'm in the channel box here. Yours might be a little bit big like mine. I'll go ahead and shrink this down. 2018 likes to open it wide like that. I'm not sure why. But under the inputs here, polyplane, we're going to set the size of this. I'm going to make my chair, I don't know, about 3 feet tall. So for height, I'm going to do, let's say 100. That's going to be roughly 3 feet-ish, roughly a yard. Since we're in centimeters, this is 1 meter, so it's just shy of that. And then we're going to go ahead and make it an equal size across, so 100 by 100 is fine. I don't need any subdivisions. I'm going to turn the subdivisions, width and height, to 1. Let's go ahead and throw on our color. So rendering, I'm going to drag in a Lambert, or click on a Lambert. Jump over to my attributes, grab Lambert 2. I'm going to call this simple chair texture, and then I'll go ahead and search for that. So on the checker box here, I'm going to bring up this menu, and then we're going to go down to File, and then Folder, and then navigate to our chair. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab my simple chair. There it is. Once I drop that on, I'll go ahead and press 6 to bring up the color. And there is our chair. And it should show up just like this. Now if you find that your transparency isn't happening, you can just go down to your material, and then under transparency, just make sure it's also loaded as well. You should see these little arrows if you have something loaded on there. If not, you'll see a checker box, and you can hit that, just load the file in. So now I just need to get my other image plane here. So we have one with both pictures on it. We want to have one plane with one picture and the other plane with the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my channel box here, go to my poly plane here, and then my subdivision along the width, I'm going to go ahead and make that 2. So it splits it right down the middle there. Let's go into edge mode. I'm going to grab the edge in the middle, right there. Let's go up to edit mesh, and then go down to detach. Once I go to detach, I can go ahead and go back to object mode. And what detach will let me do is split this. So once I detach it, select it in object mode, let's go up to mesh, and go down to separate. So now I should have one all by itself and the other by itself. Okay, go ahead and grab them both. Let's go to poly modeling. And this little circle with the little pins on it looks like a steering wheel. This is a center pivot. I'm going to go ahead and just click it. That's going to center the pivot for both of these, so that's centered there, that one's there. Go ahead and grab them both. And let's go ahead and rotate forward. So if you hold down the J key as you rotate, it'll snap your rotations. Or you can just go ahead and type it in here. It's going to do 90. Okay. And I have a front image and a side image. I'm going to take my front image. Let's go ahead, go into a front view. 6 brings up the color. Take my front image, and I'm going to go ahead and just move it so that the chair is center. So the middle of the chair. So you can see how on the picture it's not very center. I'm just going to go ahead and just move it so the picture is center. Okay. Then I'm going to move it so the picture is up on the ground. Okay. Now this is actually pretty easy. We know that half of this is 50, so I'm going to go ahead and go to my translate y. Just type in 50. That'll get me exact. For this one, I'll do the same thing. Translate Y will be 50. But this is going to be in my side view. So if I go in here, let's go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees so that it is turning this way. So if I grab my Y value, I'll do 90, and it should look this way. I'm just going to move this so that it's center in the picture, or in my camera. So side view. I'm going to center it up like so. And then I'm going to move it so that it's just out of the way. I'll do that with this one as well. Just out of the way. Okay. I'm going to grab both of these now. Go down to layers. Create layer from selected. And then I will go ahead and toggle this to R and make it a reference. That way I can't accidentally click on them. Okay. And I can poke the little V icon here to blink it. If you find that it does not do that, just go ahead and select them both. And then right click, go to Add Selected Objects. Okay. Alright, so now that these are on this wonderful layer, let's go ahead and save our project. File, Save As. Make sure I'm in Classes here. This is going to be Simple Chair. Underscore. I'm going to do 0, 1. It's good to save in iterations. You can see from Elf Dude and other projects that I've worked on that I save in multiple iterations. In the event that something breaks, you can always go back to the previous. So this will be our first save. Save it. Okay. That's going to be it for this video. And the next one, we're going to go ahead and start actually modeling this chair. Okay. Stay tuned, and I shall see you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Misty and I both thank you. If you've enjoyed that video you just watched, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, I do have official merch and a Patreon somewhere in the link down below. Updates for things that are coming along. Of course, we are at 1,000 subscribers, and that is awesome. We're still doing voting for what project I'm going to work on next, like what big project I'm going to work on next. So make sure you head over there and do that. Also, keep your eye out for the devlogs for Blockout and Rocket Flip. Those are 2 games that are coming out for Lame Duck Studios, officially released and all that good stuff. And if you guys want to see how those are being put together and the process that I've been going through, stay tuned for that. You'll be seeing those coming up here soon. And don't forget that I create new content on Sundays and I release content on Wednesdays. So stay tuned, and I shall see you next time.